friends, Divas here, and today we are going to talk about what is LGBTQIA plus community, what kind of adversities or problems do they have to face in India, how can we be a better ally to the community, and most importantly, what is Pride Month, and a lot more which will help you understand the importance of not only Pride Month but also the significance of being an ally to the community. So let's get started. Since ages when we were born, we were in search of something, and that is love. We all want to be loved by someone, or we all want to love someone. But प्यार तो प्यार होता है, ना ही जनाना, ना ही मर्दाना होता है. We all have seen this love in many forms, when simply a girl loves a boy or vice versa. But it is not at all simple when a boy loves a boy or a girl loves a girl. Now, let's understand this more clearly in terms of LGBT community. Basically, LGBT is a community which covers a very broader spectrum of people with different gender and sexual orientation most often than to what is assigned to them by birth. या आसान शब्दों में कहें तो जो पारंपरिक मानसिकता वालों के समझ नहीं आती. So they prefer to catcall the people who don't identify with the sexual and gender orientation that they were born with, or anyone other than the cisgender or the heterosexual beings, because they can't comprehend what the community actually is and are often misunderstood due to lack of education. So let's dissect and understand the rainbow alphabets. L stands for lesbian, a woman in love with a woman. G stands for gay, a man in love with a man.
मैं आदमी हूँ, आदमी से प्यार करता हूँ.
B stands for bisexual, a man or a woman who gets attracted to both men and women. T stands for transgender. Transgenders are those who doesn't find or identify their gender with the sex they were assigned by birth. Some also go through transition with the help of medical assistance to transform their birth assigned sex. For example, एक इंसान आदमी बनकर पैदा हुआ है मगर उसे लगता है वो अंदर से औरत है या उसकी रूह औरत की है. LGBT community isn't restricted to just lesbian, gay, bisexual or trans people. As said earlier, the rainbow spectrum is broad and it extends to LGBTQIA+, where Q stands for queer. Some people within the community find queer to be an offensive term since it actually means strange or peculiar. I stands for intersex. A stands for asexual or aromantic, and an ally. Asexual are those who don't feel any sexual attraction towards other people, but that doesn't mean they might not be romantic. Some people do like the intimacy in terms of cuddling or holding hands, but may not like the sex part. While aromantic are those who aren't romantically attracted to anyone, and ally are those who support the LGBT community. They are both from within the community and people of cisgender. It isn't just sexual orientation which has a broader spectrum, it is gender orientation too. Gender is often characterized as binary and non-binary. Binary gender is also called the cisgender. It categorizes only two gender, male and female. But non-binary is as colorful as the rainbow. It includes all those people who don't identify themselves with both male and female gender. They are outside the gender binary. So since we are learning alphabets, let's quickly look through its grammar. What are gender pronouns and why is it so important for us to normalize it? When we talk about the people of LGBTQIA+ community, we need to talk about their inclusiveness. We need to talk about their pronouns so as to normalize their acceptance. But how can we do so? Well, one can do so by asking the person about their pronouns or what would they find comfortable you calling them. Gender pronouns for cisgender are he or she and his or her, but for the non-binary, it could be they or them or ze or her and many more. And yes, people think that using they or them singularly is grammatically incorrect thanks to the writers of 18th century, but no, it's absolutely correct. You can normalize gender pronouns by using your gender pronouns in your social media accounts, emails, and a lot more other places. Since we have just come out of the last month, many of us may not have been aware of what the entire month stood for. It stood for the people of Pride. June is the month of Pride. It is celebrated every year globally to celebrate the history of the LGBTQIA+ community, to celebrate their dignity and equality, and in order to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan, US. The riots which led to greater gay protest demonstrations. Gay Pride was celebrated on the last Sunday of the month of June, but later turned into an eventful series for a month across the world. People across the world and in India celebrate the month by organizing Pride March, parades, and various other events. There are around 3% of the whole population in the world who find themselves in a wrong body, and according to Government of India, there were about 2.5 million gay people in India. But these are just some of the figures provided by government. But they aren't fully correct, because there are a lot of people who hasn't come out of the closet because of the system, the societal pressure, the peer pressure, or being fearful of the family's reaction. And wait a minute, if we add transgenders and bisexuals in this list, there are more than 2.5 million LGBT community people in India. But just think, are we doing justice to this community in India? Being a LGBT community person in India is a socially difficult thing to deal with. They are often called by offensive, mean, and harsh terms such as mithai, meetha, mishri, and what not. And the main reason behind this is the Indian Penal Code Section 377. Now, let me drag all your attention towards history. Section 377 in history was written by Britishers, according to which whoever voluntarily has carnal intercourse against the order of nature with any man, woman, or animal shall be punished with 1 year imprisonment of life or may be extended to 10 years of life. मानो जैसे कानून ही हाथ धोकर दो प्यार करने वालों का दुश्मन बन बैठा. In June 2009, Delhi High Court cancelled Section 377, but in 2011, Supreme Court again came up with this law. Oops! And you know what's the most sarcastic part? Britishers who gave us this law in 1861 abolished this law in their own country in 1967. And this is one of the reasons why LGBT community people are exploited in India because of Section 377. Because the law itself is giving them rights to exploit these people. Also, some other reasons includes lack of education about sexual and gender orientation across India, misunderstanding, conditioning, and many more. Now, people give many reasons to defend Section 377. First is, being a LGBT person isn't mental or physical disease. And according to Ramdev Baba, this disease can be cured by doing yoga. Second unreasonable notion is, this is a Western disease and it is against our religion and culture. But if we have a look at our history, in Mahabharata, Drupad converted her daughter Shikandani into a male. And in Khajuraho temple, there are numerous sculptures in which LGBT connections is depicted. And apart from all these, there are various arguments given against LGBTQIA+ community. According to a statement given by Ghulam Nabi Azad as a health minister of Congress in 2011, he said, "जहाँ आदमी आदमी के साथ सेक्स करता है, जो कि बिल्कुल भी unnatural है."
जहाँ आदमी आदमी के साथ सेक्स करता है, जो कि बिल्कुल अननेचुरल है, नहीं होना चाहिए लेकिन है.
And further said by Subramaniam Swamy that it is a danger to our national security.
कुछ भी.
But despite of all these arguments, our Supreme Court finally removed Section 377. But still, the biggest problem is our society. The society doesn't want to accept this fact just because of lack of education, acceptance, and normalization. With conditioning, and this is not happening with LGBT only. There were a lot more things in history where at that time also people were not able to accept those changes like Sati Pratha, Triple Talaq, and caste system. So, just by abolishing Section 377, all the problems of LGBT community will not end. It's high time now for us to understand the depth of conversing about the significance of the Pride Month and the community at large, so as to create a gender-inclusive society where rainbow umbrella of gender and sexual orientation aren't just accepted but normalized too. And I hope after watching this video you have gained some insight on the community and their struggles. Also, if it educated you somehow about the community and you want people around you to learn more about this, do like the video, subscribe to the channel and share it with your loved ones. Let's live in peace with each other and for each other. Let's love and let love.